What is packing with you, YouTube? This your man King Howie, back with another video. And like Phillip Rivers fashion, throws an interception to the Raiders for the Raiders to win the game. Moving on. Welcome back to Cage TV. Let's get into this game. The Carolina Panthers coming into Green Bay, where it is already snowing. I think it was a record for, I guess, earliest snowfall in the winter season for Green Bay. I think about 8 inches of snow fell. So it's going to be cold out there in Green Bay. This week, the players did practice outside, which was the first time. I don't know when the last time they did that. Probably before McCarthy got there. But McCarthy never let them practice outside in the snow. But Matt LaFleur did it to get the team acclimated to the weather this upcoming Sunday. I think they pushed our game back later than what it was supposed to be scheduled. So it's gonna be dark real fast in Green Bay. Hopefully all of the elements that are occurring right now in Green Bay can be in our favor to win this game. Let's talk about the Carolina Panthers right now. Of course, everybody knows about what's going on with Cam Newton being placed on IR after suffering from a foot injury, and Kyle Allen is the starting quarterback who has been pretty successful with the Carolina Panthers. I think he's won like 5 of the last 6 games that they played. Of course, MVP candidate Christian McCaffrey has been making a lot of noise this year, and he's going to be tough to stop. He is a beast. I remember I was talking to somebody, and they was just trashing Christian McCaffrey when he was coming out of Stanford. I was like, Christian McCaffrey is going to be a monster in the NFL, and he went to the right team that believes in running the ball, and they got a guy that can run the ball. Not only can he run, he can catch. He can get out there and catch passes, and that might be a problem for Green Bay. This defense has been giving up a lot of yards and touchdowns to the running back position, and we want teams to throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what our defense is based off on, is teams throwing the ball. We have some injuries on defense. I know Preston Smith has some type of hand injury. I don't know if is it a Zadarius or Preston. One of the Smiths got a hand injury. I don't know why Matt LaFleur or Mike Pettin didn't give Kevin King a lot of reps in the Chargers game. They said it was precautionary. I don't know if Kevin King is hurt. Hopefully he's not, because we're gonna need him. This team has a couple of good receivers, Samuels and I forget the other guy's name, but DJ Moore. Some pretty good guys that could stretch the field, get open in the middle of the field. So we're gonna have our we gotta have our head screwed on right, and we have to tackle. I know that we brought in Ibrahim. I forget his last name, but he was one of the guys that Mike Pettin believed in last year, but he had tore his ACL last year, so he's been activated. We have to stop Greg Olsen. He's going to be a factor on this offense. See, this is why we should have got my inside linebacker, because we not giving Blake Martinez no help, man. And it's been a lot of criticisms about Blake Martinez, but I mean, how can you criticize the guy that's the leading tackler in the NFL? I mean, he's doing his job. It's just that the way that the defense is schemed is it's not helpful. It's not helping Blake Martinez. And I think that's due to the fact, a lot of people is criticizing this defense. Maybe this is the defense that we can run right now, because if we line up into something else, there's probably going to be a liability on the field. So, we have this bend but don't break defense. I mean, we did hold the Chargers to field goals and held down the red zone last week. But this defense is basically predicated on turning the ball over. So if we could slow down Christian McCaffrey running the ball and force fumbles, force Christian McCaffrey to fumble, I think Green Bay, the Packers defense will be okay. We have to get excuse me, interceptions, fumbles. We have to force Kyle Allen to throw the ball. It's going to be cold. It's going to be dark. He's a rookie. He's probably never played in this type of element before. This is a first for him. So we should have all the advantages working into our favor, but we're going to have to, the defense is going to have to stop this offense at the line of scrimmage. Kenny Clark is getting double teamed. With a 3-man rush, of course, we're getting double teamed. So, Kenny Clark is playing banged up. He ain't been complaining, so shout out to him. None of the defensive guys have been complaining. I'm expecting Adrian Almost to have a good game. I'm expecting Jair Alexander to have a good game. And I'm expecting the Smith brothers to go out there and get after the quarterback. But as far as the Carolina offense, yeah, they have some limitations I think they missing an offensive lineman too. They have some limitations as far as what they can run because, they pretty much Christian McCaffrey are bust. But if we could contain Christian McCaffrey, I think we could contain this offense. As far as the Packers offensive side of the ball, a lot of people were complaining that, a lot of the offensive scheme was, intended for Davante Adams. Like some people thought Aaron was forcing the ball to him. At first when I was watching the game, at first it looked like that, but Davante was open. He was catching the ball. We shot ourselves in the foot on penalties, man. I mean, when you go out there and you have false starts and delayed games and, holding penalties and illegal use of hands and shit like that happening on the offensive line, you have to change up the script that you originally wanted to run. Matt LaFleur said they didn't get to the plays that they wanted to run because of the penalties. When you 2nd and 18, you got to go out there and throw your 3rd down play out there on the field instead of your 2nd down play or your 1st down play. So moving on from that game, this offensive line is going to have to do its due diligence and get back to protecting Aaron Rodgers, because Brian Bulaga, man, oh my God, man, this dude is playing for a contract, and you could just slowly see him starting to decline at that tackle position. I mean, because Joey Bosa basically punked Brian Bulaga. Just punked him. Now, who knows how hurt Brian Bulaga was, but yeah, in the offseason, we need to address getting another right tackle, man. I think Brian Bulaga is at the end of his tenure with the Green Bay Packers. I don't even think we should even think about bringing him back. That'll be based on his rest of the season performance. But last week against the Chargers was just god awful. The offensive line just looked terrible. We cannot be having them kind of mistakes, especially playing against this team that has a great defense. I mean, they got Gerald McCoy on the defensive line. I mean, they got Luke Kuechly, who could play sideline to sideline, who Aaron Jones is gonna have his work cut out for him and Jamal Adams, because he can cover. He can line up with running backs out there, but I don't know how well Christian McCaffrey's covering skills are. If he can cover a running back coming out of the lining up in the slot or the wide out, which if we get Luke Kuechly out there as trying to match up against a running back as a wideout and not in the slot, it could open up things for Davante Adams a little more. Jimmy Graham just looks old. I mean, Jimmy Graham would catch the ball in the open field and just can't make a move, can't get no yards after catch, slipping on the ground. I mean, just looking slow, I mean, Jason Witten looked better than Jimmy Graham. Jason Witten looked more athletic than Jimmy Graham to me. And Witten is like a fossil right now, a fucking dinosaur. You know, who knows how banged up Jimmy Graham is, but I will say this about Jimmy Graham. His blocking has gotten a lot better. I haven't been complaining about his blocking since the second game of the season. We have to be careful of their cornerback, Bradbury. I mean, this dude got like 5 interceptions. He's the second, he's leading second in interceptions on the season. I think above him is Stephon Gilmore. So Aaron Rodgers is going to have to do his homework on preparing for him. I think this will be a close game, or it could be a blowout in favor of the Packers, depending on how the Carolina Panthers come out and play. You know, they got their ass smashed by the 49ers. So that's why I give us a chance to win this game. If the 49ers can beat the Panthers, we can beat the Panthers. Like I said, Kyle Allen is a rookie. I can't even say that fucking dude's name right. Yeah, man, this is going to have to be won in the trenches. Mike Pettin, man, you are really going to have to fix this defense, man. I don't know how you're going to do it, but, man, we really need to slow down Christian McCaffrey, because if we don't slow down Christian McCaffrey, man, this could be a shootout. But I think we could win this game. You know, it's a home game. This team has to bounce back after being punched in the mouth by the Los Angeles Chargers. Oh, shout out to the Gridiron Blitz YouTube channel. Shout out to him, man. I watch his shit all the time. He's a Lions fan. Yeah, check him out. I'm subscribed to his. I am subscribed to his channel. I always subscribe to people's channels that know what the hell they talking about and make sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't like subscribing to people's channels that be on this fairy tale shit, dreamer world football fantasy land type shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna mention no names. Philly 500. Yeah, but shout out to him and his channel, man. Always try to catch his lives. They have a big game coming up this week, the Lions versus the Bears. I might drop a video about that game. We'll see, man. Thinking about it, because I got some. You know what? I might drop a video. I have a few words to Miss McCaskey and Miss Ford, the two old ladies that's running the Chicago Bears and the Lions. But anyway, man, go Pack, go green and gold till I'm dead and cold. We have to win this game. We have to bounce back, go 8-2. Shout out to Cheesehead TV and the Packer Transplant. They made some really shout out to Corey Banke for bringing up the Zadarius Smith incident with the Wisconsin Police Department. I think he said that the footage film has come out on the citation that was given to Zadarius Smith, and Corey Banke had a great opinion and statement about, you know, how it might have been police profiling in this whole incident. So I haven't seen the footage. I'm gonna check it out. But we should be expecting Zadarius Smith to get suspended next year, probably a game. But I don't know. It depends on how the NFL investigation goes on with the situation. I mean, they said he didn't smell like, he wasn't under the influence. He didn't smell like marijuana. He just had it in his car. So he might just get fined and still be able to play. But, you know, they did suspend Aaron Jones last year for 2 games for marijuana. So we never know what the NFL is going to do, or if they're even going to change the rules towards marijuana in the upcoming season when they have their off-season meetings. But this game is a bounce-back game from an embarrassment of last week. And I expect this team to go out there and win, find a way to win. Matt LaFleur got asked some tough questions this week. He got asked some tough questions this week. So did Mike Pettin. And I expect these boys to bounce back, have a turnaround game, and get back in the win column before we go on by and have to face off against the undefeated 49ers, who have to play the Seattle Seahawks this Monday night. So with that being said, man, thanks for stopping by the channel. Excuse me. Damn. Thanks for stopping by the channel, listening to what the fuck I had to say, whether you felt like I had something to say at all. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. It's your man, King Howie. Cage TV, we out.